folks. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is the Couch Writer Report. I am your Couch Writer, Raven. Thanks for coming back through. We got to pass the collection plates as we normally do. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. Look, folks, y'all got me over 1,000 subs, and I am so appreciative. Thank you so much. What's going on? Everybody is here. Wilbert is in the room. Yeah, he said he likes the intro, but the Ravens stink. Already with it, already. Give me just a second. I got to fix some maintenance here. I was looking for something because I wanted to show how much I appreciate y'all. I wanted to make sure I had the names of the people that were the most loyal in the room before I did this. So y'all, I know y'all didn't pay attention to instructions, so I just decided to go ahead and go my own route anyway. Let's see, because I still wanted to show y'all how much I appreciated you. And I'm going to share my screen to show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. But of course, in other news, let me just go ahead and put this up right quick. I saw the title of the show. It's about Ravens fans and their random cap that they be doing. So anyway, appreciate y'all coming through. This is what we got going on tonight. First of all, G-Ro's still here. We're going to have to get over it, folks. We got to get over it. We got to keep rolling. Shout out to you, all of you, because we had 1,015 subs. We made it, and now it is raffle time. Raffle time. Y'all thinking like, what? Raffle time? But we made it to 1,000 subs, and I told y'all I was going to do something special for you. So here it is. I am doing a $50 either Cash App or gift card, whatever you like, once you find out you're the winner, for those of you who've been loyal to me. And I know who you are. I got a list of names, and I put you in the wheel. The wheel, I guess, of fortune, I guess. I don't want to get sued for this, but I am saying I appreciate you, and now it is time for me to show that love back. So here we go. So we are going to go over here to the wheel of names. Hopefully y'all can see that. I got an 8-second delay on my screen that I'm looking at on the side here, so hopefully it will pop up in just a second. It is not showing. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now we're going to share the screen. Y'all let me know when y'all see this. Are you able to see the wheel? Okay, the wheel is up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit this. Y'all see the names on here. We got a couple of people that are loyal as all get out to this channel, and I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Much love. So the winner, once I spend this thing, will get $50. 50 big ones. And Delicious, you on there too. Just know you on there, bro. Just put you as Delicious. You know who you are. All right, we're going to hit this wheel. Y'all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It did not go as planned. Who will be our lucky winner today? There it is, folks. Daryl Turner. Daryl Turner, way to go, man. Congratulations. You are today's winner. Thank you so much for being loyal to the channel. I think in later times, once we hit, let's say 2,000, we'll go ahead and do something like this again. But, send me that Cash App, Daryl, and I will take care of you. You can hit me up on, just hit me up on Twitter. The Alpha JL is the tag. If y'all know how to find me on Twitter, just look up the Couch Writer Raven on Twitter. You should be able to find me easy. So definitely excited for you. Thank you for following. Thank y'all for showing so much appreciation, so much love. And if you want to show any more love, because we are now monetized, you take a look at the bottom of your screen, you should see an opportunity to do a Cash App or anything like along those, not Cash App, but just simply do one of the super chats. And then, of course, if you look above my head, there's an opportunity for to hit me up on the Cash App. So, of course, you hit me up on those things. I read those comments on the screen, and I'm continuing to show that love. Cameron said he is on his way. He is on his way. So we will definitely get into a couple of topics once he gets here. And like I said, Delicious, yeah, sorry you didn't win, bro, but better luck next time. So like I said, y'all give me the 2,000 subscribers, and we will do this thing again for sure. But yeah, so y'all, like I said, if y'all see Daryl, hit him up, tell him, hit me up on the chat, and we will make sure that he's taken care of. Wilbur says, congrats on being monetized. Lisa says, congrats, Daryl. So yes, definitely much love to Daryl. Much love to all of y'all. All of y'all are winners because you showed me that appreciation. So who got fired? Who's fired? Who got fired? Somebody got fired. Did I miss something on the chat? Let me check my phone right quick, man. You say Roma got fired? Let's see. Oh, you talking about Cam Rue? Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, man. I can't fire Cam Rue. He's the special permanent guest of the show, or I guess he's a partner now. So that's pretty cool for coming in late. So tonight the topic is about Boog. I don't know if Boogie, you been here before? I don't know if you have, but if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and smack that bell so you know what's going down. Tonight's topic is about random cap from the Ravens fans. And so I'll start off with one of the comments. I don't want to jump into all of them. But, sometimes Ravens fans, they just say the darndest things. That's what we'll go ahead and call it, because apparently it is out there. If you check on Twitter, if you go to the Twitter Spaces, if you jump on Facebook, the We Are a Flock, all of those things, it is just crazy, the things that come out of our Ravens fans' mouths. I mean, everything, from wanting to just burn down Baltimore, some of them just jumping ship, and they are blatantly Bengals fans, all of this. But we'll just jump into one comment here and say, the first one, does Harbaugh even appreciate the wide receivers EDC gave him? Oh, well, check it out. He got here just in time, just as I read the first comment. Ladies and gentlemen, look, this guy's got a single. He's got a movie. He's an action-packed figure, just full-on black superstar. Give it up. My man, Cam Rue.
Who's the joker that has something to say?
I think it was Brian. I think it was either Brian.
Find your property, sir. I take shots too. I shoot too. I shoot back.
he said,
"Oh, it's a Cleveland fan. Oh, it's for you, Brian. Oh, it's a Cleveland fan. Man, I'm traveling around like a nomad up in here. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Man, ain't nothing, man. Just living the dream.
Like Brian.
Thought I'd switch the scene up tonight.
My dog walked away from his foolery. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, he's talking about you getting fired up in here. But we were talking about
we wishing. I know you wish right now you was definitely a Cincinnati Bengal fan. You just picked the wrong Ohio team, Brian. I'm sorry for you, brother. I'm sorry for you.
Yeah. But they showing love, man. They showing love. You're definitely on the way. Appreciate the knowledge you guys bring. Is thanks. Yeah, delicious.
You made it here. You made it.
Yeah, delicious.
To talk about, man.
Yeah,
Brian. Here you go.
And then, Bless Brian says, if you're a true Raven, you would stay solid and root for them through thick and thin. I'm with you. Like, now, here's my thing. When it comes to these Ravens fans, we get emotional. We do.
I think you're taking another shot at me. I'm saying,
my God,
he chose the wrong Ohio team. He chose Cleveland. He should have chose the Bengals.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, I'm a true blue Ravens fan.
I think Bless is the Ravens fan.
He's a Ravens. Okay.
Wilbert.
He was trolling. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wilbert is the Cleveland Browns fan. However, Wilbert just dropped he just dropped the webpage, or the show's first $5 contribution. I appreciate you.
You're a good dude. You're a good dude.
Y'all appreciate this dude right here. Super chat towards a Browns jersey. He got to throw something in there. Oh my goodness. Hey, Wilbur, we appreciate you. Thanks for the love, man. Like I said, y'all shown so much, man. Y'all are just amazing. But like I said, I switched the scene up tonight just so y'all can see two other characters. Of course, we got the Lamar and Tuck over there, but on this wall is the Hall. So now look, it's the Hall of Fame. You got your Ed and you got Ray on this here. So excited to have that little switch up. We'll continue to show y'all different parts of the Ravens cave here that I actually built myself This side is probably the most exciting, but I can't show y'all this just yet. Well, it'll be another show. Let's see. So we have a couple of comments I want to catch up on before we get started here. A lot of Ravens fans or fans in general they say things off of emotion. And
Brian a little sensitive. He wanted me fired.
yeah. Yeah, bless it. He's like, I'm a Ravens fan, man. He's I've been here. Anyway, let's go back over here. So the topics, like I said, the Ravens fans say the darndest things. And the first one was, does Harbaugh even appreciate the wide receivers that EDC gave him? I
don't even know where this came from. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Stop. You know what you do? Whoever said this, look at your palm and slap yourself. Throw the powder on there and slap yourself. Like, why would you even say that, man? Like, he's with. Do people really forget that he stood on the table for Lamar? So you think he's not involved with the rest of the, the players that are drafted? Come on now, let's stop.
So he's got to build. He's got to build around him.
Exactly.
I mean, and you've got to figure, even though they hate on these receivers so badly, as much as Hollywood didn't, he dropped some in some key moments. They only had 13 drops on the season, and Hollywood got over 1,000 yards. If y'all go look at the Ravens record books, he's already in the Ravens record books in top 10 in receiving. So, I know our Ravens are terrible, huh?
Let me ask you this question.
What's up?
And every fan that's out there. Now, y'all know how Torrey was. Do you think Torrey had better hands than Hollywood?
I think
because Torrey was a body catcher to me. He didn't want to put his hands out a lot of times. I never, as much as he was with Q, it didn't seem like he was just, everything was body. Every time I saw him make a big catch, it was never like, yeah, I got to snatch it up. It was all the time. So
I could Torrey would build like me, and if he went out there and put his whole body out, I'm talking about, I like the word soul snatch. He'd have got
yeah. Back then they definitely would have snatched his soul. Yeah.
His intermediate game wasn't as good, I'll say. So Hollywood has a better intermediate game, but Torrey was that deep ball guy for Joe, where Joe could just throw his Jameis Winston up and then just say screw it and launch that joint all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Torrey's gonna find it. Yeah. But again, he had. I know he had probably less. Well, he definitely had less passes thrown to him than Cooper Kupp. I couldn't think of his name for the life of me. He definitely had less passes thrown to him than Cooper Kupp, but he played less games than Cooper Kupp, and he still had 91 catches. I don't think Torrey ever had 91 catches. I think the only one that got close to him as far as that amount of catches, was Steve Smith, I believe. I think he had 89. That was the year that he did really good.
Boogie over here got some comments, man. He going off talking about we got the worst receivers in the league. Huh? I feel like
who's your team, Boog?
He said we. He said we.
We ain't French. Who's we?
We. I'm like, all right.
Who's we, Boog? I know you're not talking about us.
He's saying we will never win with these trash receivers. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that's a fair statement because
not fair at all.
Baltimore prides themselves on two things, and they've done this traditionally for years. And you know those two things. Star defense and ground and pound game. It is usually we have a top 10 defense and a top 5 rushing attack.
Absolutely.
And I think that is just something that has been the staple of Baltimore for years. And they're trying. They got the pieces in place. We have to practice a little bit of patience. We got Keith Williams. We got T. Martin. And with Greg Roman there, it adds that they can mesh and develop in this next year and become something big. But we just have to practice a little bit of patience when it comes to these guys.
This is my point. I'm trying to understand, when people have that problem, when they're saying that we have trash receivers, what are y'all comparing it to? Honestly, because if you can do two things, name more than one time that the Ravens have picked in the top 10. That's number one. If you want an elite receiver, okay?
Yep.
And it's not to knock anyone that hasn't been picked, that they can't become an elite receiver like Cooper Kupp. And it took Cooper Kupp over some time. But this is his Kupp's fourth year in the league.
Yeah.
I think this is his fourth year. They thought he was good. They didn't think he was this dominant. Okay? Last time they was in the Super Bowl, he was injured his rookie year.
This is a really good comment. I'm about to read this one real quick. From
Okay.
Robert Gray, man. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you coming through. Make sure you subscribe.
All right, I'm right with him.
He said, Ravens fans are becoming Philly fans. Now, you don't know the history of the Philadelphia Eagles. They hated Donovan McNabb to the fullest when he was there. When he got drafted, they booed. When he was down, they kicked him. When he was up, they were still finding nitpicking and everything. They really disrespected this dude to the fullest. Philly fans about the most just disrespectful, fair weather, crazy fans you gonna ever come across. And even they get to a Super Bowl and they were still upset, calling out different things. Like it just didn't make sense. And in Baltimore fans, I love you, but we special. We're a special breed. And then because you got guys like Boogie over here yelling stuff like this.
And right now I'm just trying to, while you're talking, I just want to look up the top receivers in Ravens history. I really would like to see this because.
Well, Lisa got a question for you real quick.
Yes.
She said, what does Cam Ruth think about Mike Macdonald as our new DC?
I think he's I like what he did in Michigan. I like the fact that he has a different view on our scheme. Think about I think it's going to be similar to it's going to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Mike he's saying that we've always been aggressive. Ravens defense has always been aggressive, but he's going to be smart. So and this is coming from his presser. So in that wave, you got to think about it like this. Wink it didn't matter. Ride or die, we going zero. We going zero coverage. He's not thinking that way. And that's how you're supposed to strategize. It's chess. It's not checkers. If this don't work and it don't keep working, you can't keep doing the same thing. What's the saying? What did Einstein say?
And it was I think doing the same thing over and over again is insanity or something.
Yes, and that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. And Mike doesn't think that way. He's like, we have to, which we were doing. And remember, when he was here, we had the number one defense. And I'm not talking about 2020. I'm talking about when he was. He started off as a secondary coach.
Yeah,
an assistant secondary coach. That was 2018.
Yeah.
2019 and 2018, we were like number one and number two in defense. I don't think he had a say in what was going on, but for you to get that interview, you had to probably have a little bit of input on what you see and what you don't see. Like I don't think we started going crazy with the zero blitz until 2019.
This man, he had the controller.
Like, you know what? We just send in the house every time.
The man said,
yeah. But then at that particular time, not only did we have good corners and healthy corners, we also had, you didn't know where the blitz was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some apparent reason, it stopped coming from the edge, and it was just all about the middle linebackers blitzing. And I don't know. It just was. It's supposed to be organized chaos. That was our trademark all the time. Even after Rex left, even when Chuck was here, Chuck still kept it going. He just had his own spin to it. Mm-hmm. We need to get back to that type of formula because it never loses because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you don't know how to adjust.
Yeah, I think this whole transition is going to be a good one. From Wink to him because it's going to be a little bit more balanced. I think they're going to dial things back a little bit, but at the same time, they're going to disguise things a little bit more. Whenever you looked at Wink's formations and you saw blitz, it was blitz. It was full-on blitz. There usually wasn't anybody dropping back. And I think that Harbaugh is going to go back to having guys drop back in coverage, even though they may be up on the line a bit.
Right.
You know, they're going to probably, it's going to look like 5 are coming, but then maybe 3 is coming or 4 is coming or something along those lines. Or maybe they pull in a safety blitz and pull back all the linebackers. There's going to be an organized chaos theme to it. But the thing about McDonald that I liked about him, like I keep going back to when he was coaching, when I could see some of the things that he was doing. You saw a transformational leader. And
Yes.
I hate to go all, you know, NCOA, and like I said, that's that Air Force piece of me right there.
Right.
But the transformational leader really helps you see things, helps you see the big picture, and he motivates. You know, he challenges, and I think that's what we're going to see out of Mike McDonald as a young guy, full of energy, just inspiring these guys to follow them, and they're going to want to ride behind him. And honestly, I think if he does a good job this year, it may just push him straight into a head coaching job because of the way that he leads, gentlemen.
And I mean, just to add on to that again, like he's playing. This is chess, not checkers, right? So therefore, you should be able to adjust. And the only thing he wants to do, which Raheem is doing now, a lot of people don't realize. If you look at that, if you look at the scheme behind the Rams, very similar to ours, in the fact that they want you. They don't want the offense to dictate. They want to dictate what's going on. So you don't know where the pressure's coming from. You don't know, like, and they don't blitz us nowhere near as much as we do.
Yeah.
You don't know where the pressure's coming from. You don't know what coverage they're going to play, whether it's off man or you know, they're playing press or cover 2, cover 3, whatever. You never know what's going on. So that's the whole thing about, that's organized chaos. That's exactly what we used to do. So I think that's the thing. He's very, like, if you look at the defense, other than is it Hutchinson, the number 1 pick? Well, they claim that he may be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson. If you think about it, we have 2 booking on DNs or outside linebackers, and we run that same defense, which we are going to run the same defense. It's still a Ravens type defense that he brought there.
Yeah.
But he wanted to deceive everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, that's organized chaos. That's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And we started that here. That's the Ravens way. That's what we do. And we got some, you just can't get, I don't care if you're blitzing, you just got to be smart about the blitz. You know?
So the thing, I think, let's keep up with this chat here. They going off about they on some AB stuff. Here we go. This dude, this Bougie, is it Bougie or Boogie? Boogie down, EJ. All right. So Boogie down is saying that basically pay AB whatever he wants, get AB now. And there's been some discussion in here.
No.
Actually, Delicious is agreeing with him.
No.
Let's see here. KTSE.
Delicious is laughing too.
Yeah.
I don't trust that. I don't trust that indeed. He's laughing too.
And so it's just I don't think we can afford the drama that comes along with AB. It's just too much of a probably the price tag. Maybe, you know, we could probably afford that, but the headache, I just don't think it's gonna mesh well.
I honestly don't think that I mean, in my opinion, I don't think we need him. I think we got lucky in our draft last year.
Yeah,
able to get Colin Wallace and able to get obviously getting Bateman first round and grabbing Colin Wallace. Those are actually, he had a second round grade, Colin Wallace. Only reason he slipped to where he did is because they didn't trust the ACL because his brother had the same injury.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was going to happen to him. Joker ran a 4.3 at his 40. I mean, during this combine.
These people, they're trying to ignore the obvious. Like, he's saying what drama? He's confused. You don't know the drama. I don't even want to give you this history lesson. That is AB. Like,
you got me messing with my hat because it's Cap.
I got to get the cat. We got to go get the cat.
Y'all got me messing with my hat because all this Cap. There's a lot of noise going on. Delicious, talk to your man Boogie.
I'm just gonna throw this card
in, son.
It's Cap, bro. They just want to ignore the big elephant in the room that comes with AB. I'm telling you, it's the Vicky Mendoza scale. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go watch How I Met Your Mother. It's the crazier you are, the hotter you are, the crazier you happen to be. It's like, hey, girl might key your car, but she goes and gets a boob job. It's like, look, that is AB. He is the I will key your car, but at the same time, go get the boob job, whatever. That is AB for you. You have to recognize that he has a talent level, no doubt. But his crazy factor, it doesn't mesh. It's not worth the squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. Oh, they going off right now. Let's see. Adit saying we need AB like we need to spend time with crazy exes. No AB and his antics. Thank you, man. I'm gonna start this comment. We're gonna start. I don't know what happens when I start, but I started that comment just to say, hey, that's an awesome comment. We're gonna go back in here to what we was talking about. Like I said, the Ravens fans say the darndest things. This was one that kind of confused me here. Somebody asked the question saying, is Harbaugh conservative? As in he's not aggressive enough. Is that another one? This another one we flying across?
Slap yourself.
Yep, there it is, folks. It's Cap.
Another one.
It is Cap.
Another one. Slap yourself. Go ahead, continue.
I just
entertain all of this.
I just like, I'm wondering, I'm like, what is going on? This dude, conservative. I think he needs to take a chill pill a bit because the dude's been crazy aggressive. How many times did he go for it? How many times did he go for 2 this year? And how many times did he fail?
But this is not the first year like he's been on it like that. Like
yeah. So I think I had it here. He was 75% failure rate on 2-point conversions. In fact, I think three games straight he failed on 2-point conversions towards the end there. Now, granted, he was missing a pretty big X factor in LJ.
I was about to say, ever since we got 8,
yeah,
Harbaugh's changed his whole tune.
Yeah.
Ever since we got 8, 5 left, 8 got in there, we go for everything.
Yeah, 4th downs, and he just yelled in the conference room. He's sitting here, analytics.
He probably like, so what you think?
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go for it?
Yeah,
you want to go for it, Al? We going for it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. They're giving them all types of
we going.
We still going for it. We still going for it.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, there are points in the game where, yes, you can be aggressive. But when it comes to, making a smart decision in order to give you the best chance in overtime, I say, hey, take that chance. Some people are like, hey, you know what, they disagree. They wanted him to take that aggressive call and that it was on the offensive coordinator to get the call right. I think, yeah, argument could be had in certain situations. But if you know that you have failed the last 2 out of, I don't know how many times where I think it was, if you haven't got it right this many times, what make you think gonna get it right this time too? Especially with the same call, and it's not the same call, but it's going to the same area of the field, and then defense has picked up on it all game. Like, hey, you were going to the flats over here on the right side of the field, and it's either going to go to the tight end or it's going to the fullback. So I feel like they picked up on that quick enough to recognize, okay, look, we can stop this. So yeah, Harbaugh's going for 2. We know exactly where he's going. So
he's right. I'm still looking for it. I just want to prove everybody wrong. Like, y'all gotta leave Hollywood a little. Y'all gotta leave him alone a little bit. Like,
yeah, the dude's just.
Be honest with you, bro. He didn't have a horrible year. Did he have 2 bad games that were like, oh man?
We're probably the only organization that will say a wide receiver had a terrible year and they had 1,000 yards. This is it. It don't make sense.
He didn't play like Torrey said. He would have been over. He would have been over 1,000 yards if he had played all 3 games.
Yeah, and of course, if Lamar was there, he'd have been got to that 1,000.
He couldn't finish he started the Miami game but didn't finish. His knee was bothering him. He didn't play in the Chicago game, and he missed one other game. I'm trying to think what other game he missed.
Was out of the Chicago game?
He missed the Chicago game. That was the full game, but the first game was the Miami game. Like, he couldn't make it through the game.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was something going on. He kept locking up. He didn't finish that game. And then
I felt like some of those games felt like little skip games. Yeah, skip games.
Take it. Nah. He was.
I'm saying, like, Lamar is like out. Legit out. He was like, well, I ain't got that type of chemistry anyway with those boys.
Nah.
I'm sorry. I gotta cap myself here.
Nah, man. Okay, if it's just those 2 games, he still would have been over 1,000. If he would have played in the Chicago game, he would have been over 1,000 yards, like way over 1,000 yards. He still had 91 catches.
Yep.
Like, yeah, thank you. And 91 catches. Like, y'all gotta let him live, man. I really can't remember another receiver that we drafted.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan. Like, we drafted. He broke the curse, bro. He broke the curse. A lot of people don't still think, like, no, don't play.
They want to go back to the dark years. They want to go back to the Mark Clayton years. I can't even get this dude to show up on an interview. He definitely didn't show up in the games. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, you see what I'm saying, dude? Yeah, it is what it is. And I'm going to talk about that. But then there's the Brashad Pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Like, his nickname on social media is Ghost because he didn't show up. And so, I mean,
he went to Tampa, and then all of a sudden he can play again.
Yeah, he can play. He showed up for Cleveland. He showed up for New York.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, he didn't show up for Joe Flacco. He didn't show up for the Ravens. So Ravens fans a little salty about that, you know, and they don't want him to come back to town.
He don't want to come back. We don't want him either. It's all right.
I'm evil. Yes.
Straight foul. It was straight foul.
Yes. And so it's just you know, we had so many bad receivers or so many receivers that just didn't pan out. Y'all remember guys like Yamon Figurs, you know, who was all speed and good. He had good special teams ability, but he could not make that leap. Guys that we were rooting for that hopefully were able to take that next step. You had, was it Marlon Brown? You know, we were really hoping that he was able to turn the page and turn up. Yeah.
You got to look, if anything,
Tandon Doss?
Huh?
Tandon Doss? You remember Tandon?
Yeah, I remember Tandon. I thought he was going to be a monster.
Yeah, it was just like, come on, you know, they just didn't have the turn. So we finally get a guy who works hard, who has a great chemistry, great connection with his quarterback, and we trashing the guy. Don't get me wrong, like I said, sometimes I feel like he leaves his hands in the baggage checkout sometimes, or the baggage claim. But I mean, there are times when he shows up big time for the team. And like the Minnesota game, for me, the Colts game, you can see him and Lamar really dialed in on those comeback routes and him doing things after the catch. Even the Detroit game where he had a lot of drops, there were plays that were set up to where he was wide open. He catches the ball, he does something after, he moves a little bit up the field, probably about 7 to 10 yards after the catch. I'm like, look at my guy go. He's doing all right.
And so, just to add on to that, if you want to say anything about EDC, first of all, I had a big argument on the link that I sent you, not on that network, but not with that particular link. Just people were like, no, we're not. You shouldn't pay Hollywood. EDC already said, yeah, he's getting the 50 option.
Yeah, he said it was a no-brainer. He said it was the easiest deal that he could possibly make right now. It didn't even take thought.
On top of that, if you tell me he doesn't deserve it, I mean, I heard Q up there saying like, well, he still got to work. He still got to work. But Q, sometimes you wasn't on time either, brother. Like you was all speed. I mean, I know you didn't get drafted by us. You drafted by Minnesota, but sometimes when he was playing, he wasn't doing what Hollywood was doing. So, you know, and it's not a shot at Q. I've always been a fan of him, but the point is just that like people they're going so hard on him and really off of that tweet. But what he said in that tweet, like, you know, when he took the whole thing from paid in full with, you know, all right, everybody, you know, you got soldiers, you ain't gonna use them type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar knew what he was talking about. He wasn't taking a shot at Lamar. Lamar was on. He was on.
I think he was frustrated with the game plan.
Yeah. He was like, he said he's right. We gotta open it up for him. I think that's what T. Martin's there for, and that's what Keith is there for.
So here's another one.
Open it up, bro. Somebody got to help him open it up. Jacoby. What?
I don't really like. I think he needs to permanently wear it. You know what? I'm gonna send this to you.
What?
Boogie down. Just put it on.
Boogie,
Put it on.
Boogie, look at your hand.
So if you look up a little real
Hold
quick,
on.
it's
Hold
not.
on,
It don't even have everything
I
it's
got him.
supposed
Hold
to
on.
have. You know, matter of fact, it's this type. You go ahead and wear that, bro.
Hold on. Boogie, look at your hand. Look at your palm and slap yourself.
For real, man. Just do it, dog.
Stop, Bug. Stop. Better.
Jacoby Jones.
Return. Hell of a
This is the very title of the show. The very title of the show. Ravens fans, random cat. This is a Ravens fan. He said we. He said we.
Go get the powder, Bug.
And he's talking Jacoby. You think Jacoby Jones got a more complete game than Rashad Bateman? A more complete game than Hollywood Brown? Come on, bro. Come on, son. No. Yes, Jacoby had an amazing Super Bowl. An amazing 2012. I think it was great for the connection that he was able to have with my guy, with Joe Flacco.
But his biggest contribution was him on punt return and kick return. It wasn't him as a receiver. Like,
yeah, he was just used the same way as Torrey was on in receiving, and he helped save them against the Denver Broncos.
Like, he wasn't taking that short and taking it to the house because he never caught a sling. Everything was up top.
Yep, like I said, it was just deep ball. That was Joe Flacco game. Launch that thing to the 30-yard line, take 3 sacks, and then let Justin Tucker come in and do his thing. I mean, that's why he was the greatest. I just feel like Boogie is you got to start paying for these cap comments, homie. All right, here goes. So y'all don't need outside trolls with fans like you absolutely right. See what I'm saying? Oh my God! Hey, yo, we gotta
come over here and show us some love now.
We gotta know another donation, man. Drop Dead and say what's up. Congrats on the 1K subs. Yo, appreciate you, my man. Drop Dead, much love. Bless Ryan. He's telling old boy to get up out of the channel. Look, he's
on my side now. I'm gonna show you a little bit of love.
For real, this dude is just.
I gotta get fired when I'm trying to go get my dog, son. You're gonna be surprised with repercussions. I come to your property.
Just my God, I can't even get to our cap comments because he's got a ton of them. Here's one that'll probably ruffle some feathers here. I was on the We Are the Ravens Flock page. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and somebody had the nerve to say this: Lamar's deal isn't going to be more than $27 million per year. I told y'all. I didn't see anything on the news. Did you see something on the news? Because I didn't see it. I was checking my phone. He said, I told y'all.
They already said it was going to be at least 40.
Yeah. 40. Man, and the thing was, we already knew that.
Yeah, Q said in the interview, and he said, I watched the whole thing. Shout out to 410. They had him and Sarah on there, and he wouldn't say the number, but it was definitely over 40. Yeah. Like he said, I can't really say, but I'm gonna act like I can,
Yeah, I think Quadri Ishmael was saying that it was a substantial number, it was a decent number, that it was a respectable one.
Right.
And
and it was touching. Yeah. It was between that 40 and that 45. But the thing is this, he deserves it. It's not like he don't deserve it, he deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. He said 27 times 2. Hey, I with it. Yes, so he definitely deserves his bag. And the thing is, when you were MVP, Dak is getting almost 40 mil, and you telling me he gonna get less than Dak, and Dak ain't had no MVP. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand it.
Let me tell you something. When my cousin is a diehard Cowboys fan, when I tell you, my cousin said, man, because we were talking, I forgot how it even came up. This is when it was funny because it was the game that Lamar got hurt in the Cleveland game. We were actually watching the game, the sports ball.
Yeah.
He said, and don't even worry about it. He said Lamar was at the Cowboys. He'd be running through jokers. He said don't even, because I think Giro came up because he wasn't beating. He had no answer as far as scheme wise.
Yeah.
For the blitz. and they obviously Dallas' offensive line is way better than ours at this right at the this
Oh yeah, our lines it's terrible right now.
So he was saying, "The hell with Dak." He said he wanted like just for that particular ball. He just said, just doing a comparison.
Yeah.
He gonna get his money, and he deserves more than that because if he was with us, we'd be killing everybody.
No,
And that's coming from somebody from the outside, that's not a fan of the Ravens.
Yeah, he understands that Lamar is an exceptional athlete, and with proper pieces around him, which they're trying to get, we have to practice that patience. I think some of these fans, they hopped on in 2018 and 19 because they saw the electric superstar that Lamar was, but they forget the patience that you got to have as a Ravens fan. We've been through some dark years. We've been through these Elton Gearbox and all this. Right. We've had Samari Rowe getting burnt up for no daggone reason on the outside because he's playing 10 yards off, and we had to eat that bullet because that was the only corner we had healthy at the time. And it was like, okay, what are we supposed to do? But now we understand, like, hey, the team is building. They are working their best, their butt off.
Y'all gotta remember, we used to win 13-10. Like, we didn't have an offense, even with the most spectacular, even with Q there and everybody. The most spectacular player that we had on the offense for a very long time was after Jamal. That's true. after Lewis, it was Ray Rice. Ray Rice was actually the most. He was exciting.
Yep.
Watch
because you see Ray Rice off a screen pass.
We had nothing else on this offense. Like the whole time, it was boring. Everybody else was like spectacular in all the weapons. Even Pittsburgh has always been like they always had weapons.
Yep.
We never had weapons like that. We were always all just defense. I do want us to have our defense back, but damn it, man. You better appreciate the fact that we got 8. Appreciate the fact that we got something that no one has. I don't care. No disrespect to Tyler Huntley. No disrespect to Kyler Murray. There's nobody like 8.
Nope.
8 is like like if I want to compare him to basketball or any other sport, I'm gonna just say comparing to basketball. I'm not calling him LeBron. I'm calling him like Steph Curry or Kobe Bryant. Like he's that type of he's just different. He's different. And he can do something nobody could do. Kobe could do something nobody could do. LeBron couldn't be Kobe. So it's just that he's different. We gotta appreciate that. What happened?
So this is the rebuttal to Boogie going crazy again. So he was just saying, like, hey, look, this is what his stats were. I mean, Rashad had more than this year. So, and that was his first year. This is Jacoby's. This was Jacoby in his bag.
And let's not sit up there and say like, okay, I know it's more of a passing league now, but it wasn't like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s that we weren't still passing the ball, or we just never had. And first of all, we never drafted an elite receiver until now.
Yeah, hang on. Delicious got something to say, and he dropped 5 on it. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes, sir. My man. So I don't think we actually need another wide receiver or suggestion. But we took the Bengals route, and we got a wide receiver in the draft with the 14th pick. Who should we pick? He said, "Oh, if we got one."
If we got one coming out, as far as
I think a dude from Arkansas or something like that. I can't remember.
He's probably going to be going as a big boy. They keep saying he's going to either go in the top 10, either him or the guy from USC. But the brother from Alabama that got hurt.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is where you got to go in and not the draft, because I don't think like last year was a pretty decent wide receiver class.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I think this is free agency. This is the time. Devontae is sitting out there. Y'all talking about going crazy? Let's go crazy.
Stop it. Right. Put that cap back.
I got to put this. I got to say something.
Hey, play the song. Hold on.
I got to wear it for this. Okay, here it is.
That's like. I think that's a street dream right there.
This is where I'm coming from. Okay, so it's a little crazy. I got to wear the little cap, whatever. But I'm gonna say it. Multi-year deal. Devontae Adams, to Baltimore. And I'm talking like this year, all right, we put 16 mil up on this guy. Like I said, EDC has the ability to free up close to 20 some mil in cap space right now. And I'm not talking about getting rid of, he's going to keep Peters and still be able to get that 23 million in cap space. Let's say we add that to the 7 on there, but we give 16.
Play your song.
All right, so you would get that mil, we get that 16 to Devontae, and then put something on the back burner next year. Of course, you know, Lamar still got to get his bread too, but hopefully the TV deal comes in. I say we go ahead. I ain't talking about doing like the Rams and like the Saints and like I found out today, the Packers, because the Packers can't afford to sign them back. You know how much the Packers right now, they're in cap, they are negative 48 million.
They ain't gonna give up that, man. They gonna friend. Hey, Delicious, do me a favor. Tell my boy to come on off. Tell my boy Couch Rider to come on off.
We're gonna take my crazy.
Come on off.
I'm take the crazy cap off. All right.
Tell him come on off. You know we can't get that, man. That ain't even possible. They ain't letting that.
Like it looks more possible than it did last year. Last year we ain't had nothing. We was so broke. I was surprised we even signed Justin Houston.
You're right.
This year it looks like something is possible there.
We can have about 20.
Let's say we sign Lamar, make it cheap, put him at probably about 15, 16 mil for that first year in the contract, make it a multi-year, and of course things rolling around on the back end of the deal. But if you do that, then that definitely opens the door to get him a weapon. And then, yes, we go into the first round of draft and then we go straight lineman. We want to protect him. We want to give him his weapon and we see what he does.
I know y'all talking about receivers. I know D asked about receivers. But, I mean, if we did. But
sorry.
I agree with him when he first said it. I don't think that we need another receiver. This is what's going to stop the development of what we have. Like, I don't think, honestly, I think Sammy Watkins was good because the way he approached it, the way he approached practice, he helped them in that way. He's a great route runner. If Sammy's healthy, Sammy's a problem. And
is Sammy gonna be back though? You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not coming back. No, but I'm just saying if he's healthy, when Sammy is healthy, Sammy's a problem. But I think Sammy helped with the development of Bateman, with the development of Hollywood, because Keith was there. But I think that helped them. Yeah. And I think that also helped Prochet, Wallace, and Duvernay. And it might have helped Miles. We don't know because Miles was injured, quote unquote. But he might have just been honestly being outplayed by the rest.
Yeah, I think when it came to Bateman, I'm telling you, this year 2, look, he don't come up with a hamstring before camp, and he shows up.
I really do hope he stays healthy. Seriously.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, as these guys continue to train during the offseason, I've said this earlier last year, that those hamstrings are basically like rubber bands attached to like closer to their tailbone. And the more that they actually they continue to run those routes at the speed that they do, and then try to break down and switch gears to basically come into a full complete stop before, and that's just breaking down and getting to the chair route, the chair part of the route where they're sitting down and then breaking out of the routes. Yeah. That rubber band, that hamstring is getting stretched and stretched and stretched, and eventually it pops, so they end up having some type of injury. It's happened to Tyreek. It's happened to Devontae. It's happened to Bateman, Hollywood, and Watkins.
It's always when you got speed. If you don't have speed, that ain't happening. But you got to make sure that you have that treatment, that you are, you training during the off season, like Kalea said, to keep my body right, I got to spend at least $100,000. You making the money now. It doesn't. You put the money. Your body is your business, right?
Yeah, Russell Wilson do it.
Put the money to the side. Obviously, you getting the personal training and everything, and you doing everything as far as working with somebody as far as with your position. Yeah. But after that, you also gotta treat your body. You gotta get the massages. You gotta, make sure you get all the stretching, and that way your body is good. You won't have these problems, especially when you got speed. We finally have, honestly, with just those 6 there, we have a true track team. The slowest one is James Prochet. And guess what? He's probably the best route runner out of all of them.
He's a tactician. He's a tactician.
It don't even matter. He's quicker than fast.
Yeah, he finds holes. He finds holes in defenses. And if you go back and look at his tape in college, that's all he liked to do was he pull on full as Hines Ward. I'm telling you, he pulled a Hines Ward in the defense because he found all the holes in it. Let's go back up. Somebody is disrespecting Lamar over here. Well, you already know who it is. It's Wilbur said, y'all ain't going from Rodgers to Jackson. No disrespect to Jackson. I think he's referring to Devontae Adams. He's not going to understand that he's not going to necessarily come here.
That's Will. I'm gonna let that one slide because my boy won't let it go. That's like a Christmas gift that you want so bad.
No, man, it would be nice. It would be nice to see this guy come. Look,
no, it would be.
Because I mean, imagine you got Bateman, you got Adams, and you got Hollywood. That would be.
I think Bateman going to turn into Adams.
I think he will. I think he will.
Same way, the same as far as the stature. I think he's definitely going to be a lot bigger.
Yeah,
coming into next season.
Oh yeah,
and he was a bit frail to me. I think he'll obviously have a full year to the offseason here. He'll be a lot bigger, a lot stronger. I think he'll still have that speed.
Yeah, based on his Instagram, he got a girl that can cook. So good to go.
Leave that man alone. So, but I think that he'll be good. All of them, I honestly think. Like, I think they're gonna be ready, man. I think we have the pieces. We definitely have the weapons. We need to, if we're gonna do anything during free agency, we need to be either touching that line or working on that secondary. If not, even if we go to linebacker, I still want us to. I want. It's a lot of pieces that. There's a lot of receivers coming out. There's a lot of corners coming out. So the places that we really need to attack is in the trenches. Like if you're gonna go, first round, you're gonna go. We had 14. I'm not a big fan of Penny. I know everybody likes him. I don't think he's worth a first round draft pick. I think that if you're the number one, you rank number one in holding and penalties in the FBS. Yes, you're a bully, but during the Senior Bowl, forget the practices. During the Senior Bowl, you didn't show up. Like you really weren't. You were getting beat by. Yeah. He got beat twice. I don't even know the guy's name from Western Michigan. What is it East Washington, I believe, or what school did
I am not sure, bro.
All I know, the brother was 6'5", 235. They moved him. He just got moved to outside linebacker.
Okay.
In college, he came in as a receiver. He switched the defense. The Joker beat him with two moves. He beat him with a bull rush, which is unbelievable because he's not that big yet. And he beat him with the speed rush, and he couldn't handle the speed rush. He can't handle the speed rush. I don't want another Villanueva over there.
Like I said, you don't need a tall guy with no bend in there.
Yeah,
major problem. Let's go over here to this next comment of Cap that I had on here. So we are in agreement that Lamar is definitely getting 40 to 45 mil at least. All right, right now, like the market is going to continue to go up. Right now, he's not getting. He doesn't have a contract right now, and that escalated because Pat Mahomes signed his contract more than it was 2 years ago now. So yeah, he don't sign that contract back then, and now you look at that escalator that's gone on that contract up a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised to see Lamar upwards of $45 million per year.
Mm.
And with the most guaranteed money in a contract. So I think Josh Allen had like 160 million guaranteed. I could see Lamar with 185 million guaranteed of that money. And it would be no cap to see this guy actually get his bag. And Baltimore, still rolling forward and finding ways to build around him. I think that's going to be something to see. Here's one. This one will probably get y'all hot. So weeks 1 through 6 had nothing to do with Greg Roman. That was all T. Martin. We're just going ahead and say Cap. We're gonna say Cap all over this.
Mhm.
And you want to go first on this one, or should I?
No, you go first. You go first. On the link up for us.
All
You
right.
go first.
So the evidence. I want to see the evidence behind it. This was said in a Twitter Spaces. I'm not going to give up the name because I don't like to attack people. I got attacked on Twitter a couple of times directly, and they basically attacked my character versus actually having common sense to the comment, and or just adding common sense before they just took a shot. They decided to take shots at me and like, yo, you idiot, you a Roman apologizer, a nut hugger, all this good stuff. Now,
I like the property. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So when it comes to Roman and to the Ravens offense anyway, like I keep telling y'all, it's a team concept. And when it comes to T, when it comes to Keith, when it comes to Greg, when it comes to John, when it comes to Lamar, it is all a mesh type of deal when it comes to the success or failure of this team. They grow together. If they survive together, if they win together, it is the team doing all that together. Now, when it comes to failure, y'all want to blame one person. It seems like, okay, if Lamar does amazing, then you're actually like, oh, Lamar did this, and Greg Roman had nothing to do with it. But when Lamar fails, y'all immediately go, oh, no, he just had a terrible game plan, a terrible offensive coordinator. And then for this person to actually say it was all T. Martin, I think that's full on cap. Because let me tell you how a game plan works week to week. They go in there with 15 to 20 plays that they have drawn up throughout the week. The pass game coordinator has say so in how things run or how they're set up for that particular week. When they're looking at the game plan, looking at the tendencies of other defenses and looking at opportunities to exploit that, that is where T. Martin comes into play. Greg Roman comes in there, and then they sit down together and they work on a game plan going forward. During the game, you see who's in the booth sipping on his drink. That is Greg Roman. And guess what? They make up the excuse of tempo. They said, oh, because Lamar was running tempo, he was running his own plays. That's another thing. I feel like that is full on cap. Because here's the thing. Tempo is a part of the offense. Tempo is also a responsibility of coordinators to help them, and coordinators and coaches to help that quarterback be ready for. So that's on James Urban. That's on Giro. That's on everyone there in that war room on that Wednesday or that Thursday for that install to make sure he's got right. Tempo is a part of things that are coached. And so when it comes to the success or failure of those, if Lamar does great. He succeeded, but he succeeded with the team with him. Y'all forget that together everybody achieves more. That's what team stands for. And y'all looking at one report off of ESPN where somebody went off the hanger and said Greg Roman had a terrible game plan. And then you're looking at a couple screenshots on Instagram to make your opinions based off of something that's not necessarily the whole picture. So to say 1 through 6 had nothing to do with Greg Roman when he was successful, and you're blaming it, you're saying all that success goes to T. Martin. No, it's a team thing. They succeeded together. Sorry, brother. I'm gonna hop off my podium. What do you think?
You in the pulpit. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, well,
you going to church. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
You know how certain people, you ever be around people that, or just use a relationship, you won't let something go.
Mm-hmm.
It happened about 10 years ago.
He hurt me.
Yeah. People still thinking about last year and think about the passing schemes that we had last year. Now, there are certain plays that, the receivers are too close. I'm not talking about the lineup. I'm just talking about the route running. That happens, and that's more on the player than it is on the coach, I believe, because you should know, your distance, and you guys are practicing, so nobody should be there. But we got to get to the point where it's like, okay, let go. So this man was willing to work with Coach Hobbs and he didn't allow, but say like, okay, I'm good. Like he didn't, no ego when T. Martin and Keith came in, no ego. Because at the end of the day, if Giro is smart, it's going to make him a better coach.
Mm-hmm.
It might have, I'm still surprised. I know maybe some people aren't, but I'm surprised he doesn't have a head coaching job because of the past what? How long has he been ago? Past 4 years?
Yeah, so 2000. He took over two of the
Right. Well, past 3 years.
2018.
Right. Past 3 years that he's been the OC for us. People
Here's a comment here.
a couple years ago, he was the offensive coordinator of the year. So you forget that. It's easy to forget it because we had a historical year. It's just
So you know how it is. These folks says, "What have you done for me lately?" Type of league.
But this ain't instant oatmeal. So if you installing, and even the coach said it. I think Bruce Irvin said it. They asked him about, did you have to dial things back a little bit when Tyler got in there? If your starter's not in there, he's been taking most of the reps throughout the whole, training camp. You all going to dial back a little bit.
Yeah, because you want to get this guy ready.
Right. Tyler Huntley is a younger quarterback, and now he's in there starting. He's not going to get the bulk of everything, that whole book. You got to dial it back.
Got to feed a little bit.
Yeah,
feed a little bit at a time. You can't just give him the whole offense. And don't get me wrong, he did great when he was in there. He was pretty solid at times. But when it comes to that exceptional next level gameplay, Lamar, there's a reason Lamar's the first round pick and Tyler was brought in.
See, this is the same thing. Sorry, this is the same thing. Those are the same type of people that when he had that great game against Green Bay, they were already like, well, we don't need Lamar. No, fool. The scheme was changed. It was already in the works of being changed because we couldn't beat the cover zero. So we had to go to a quick passing game, which we should have, in all honesty, we should have had earlier.
Yeah.
Even before this happened. So that's the only thing I may blame on the coaches.
Yeah, I can say that. I fully agree. You got to get it together
as soon as it happened, because you started seeing it happen over and over again, and then you really got exposed by Miami. Yep. So it should have been in the works. You should have had something there. So am I upset that Lamar couldn't show it? Absolutely, 100%, because I know it would have been. I'm gonna tell you like this, and it's nothing against Green Bay. If Lamar would have played, how many games did we lose in a row? 5?
Yeah.
5 in a row?
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
If Lamar would have played.
They all were by Casilla. We had the ones without Lamar.
Other than the Cincinnati game.
Yeah, we lost by 2 points on one game, one on another, 20 to Cincinnati, one on another game, thanks to no Lamar.
Their grandmother was playing. Everybody played in the Cincinnati game. Everybody had a shot. There was little babies out there playing for us. Everybody could play.
Just hiring guys off the couch. Just like
it didn't matter. I'm not even going to count that game. I'm talking about the other games when nobody had COVID, when we had no injuries. If Lamar would have played in that Green Bay game, we would have won that game.
Yep. And that's the thing, what they got to look at is the same way they look at Lamar's legs and Lamar's arm. You have to look at the Baltimore Ravens as a whole. You cannot discount. You cannot say, okay, we were successful and it was straight up Lamar. But then when we're not successful, you're going to say it was straight Greg Roman.
Right. You can't.
There's no absolutes when it comes to this. And when they have this discussion in, let's say behind the locker, behind doors, they're going to have that discussion to say, okay, this is what our problem was. And the only time that Harbaugh ever came out and gave credit to a particular coordinator when it came to the ground game being better was in 2018, and Marty was the guy. Marty was the guy leading the offense. Mm-hmm. But when it came to Lamar's install, Greg Roman helped with that, and John Harbaugh went on the podium to give Greg Roman mad props to say, hey, this is the guy who helped turn this around for us, and that's what got him to that promotion. Right. Not once did we hear during the regular season at a press conference to say, hey, T is that guy who put this install together, who put the game plan together. He gave everybody equally, saying, hey, this team, the team. Right. But that's not what he does. He ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus like that. Right. But at the same time, like, I want to see where this guy got this thought from to say, hey, it all went to T. Martin and Greg Roman had nothing to do with it.
Somebody that doesn't want to let things go. And like I said, that's the same type of person that be like, Tyler Huntley did this and Lamar didn't do it. We don't need Lamar.
Yeah.
So a lot of 1 through 6, a lot of the weeks 1 through 6 was more Lamar than anyone as far as what he had to do because he had more on his plate because we had so many injuries. That I agree with. But the fact that the passing game all in stone was all T. Martin, no, that I don't agree with. I'm sure, like Coach Harb said, it was the team. The team, they came in to help assist, and I'm sure they helped build some type of plays. I'm sure they helped some of with some of the passing schemes. I don't think Greg has any problems with the running schemes. I just think everything had to be dialed back because we had so many injuries.
Yeah, we had basically down to the 5th string running back. We down to pretty much the line was just makeshift at the time. And I mean, AV had to go back to what he was doing on the left hand side. Now, don't get me wrong. Once he went back to the left tackle, it wasn't as bad as how he was against that Las Vegas Raiders game. But it was still not exceptional play. And then, of course, we were just missing pieces at right tackle after McCarry got hurt. And then, of course, the guards, I think Zyla had the best rating on it, and Bozeman did straight. But, you got to look at it like, hey, it was just a bad year. I feel like this should be a mulligan. We get an opportunity to go back and do this again, get us an offensive line, pull in, make sure these wide receivers are healthy and good to go. And, of course, we get our freakish all-star back. Right. And, look, they just need to, put the line around them to protect them, and let's go at it. Let's go get it because that defense is going to be back as well.
I think as far as the defense is concerned, we just got to put some more pieces out there. Like we need some playmakers. We need somebody that's in that back end that can turn some, can make some things happen. Now I heard some rumors about maybe Patrick Peterson may be coming. He's not going. I don't think he's there to start. I think he's there to be the third corner.
Yeah, the veteran coaching presence. You take these cheap guys, the same guys that got beat up against the Bengals. Those same guys have tons of speed. They just didn't have the awareness.
Right. You
take a Patrick Peterson in here and have him coach those guys up. You're looking at all-star players who turn up just like AA did. Because AA, look, everybody was dragging AA for the last 2 years, saying this dude was trash. Right. Especially when he played against Houston when Deshaun Watson was playing. Right. I think AA got lit up by a tight end a couple of times, and people just was like, yo, you garbage. I went to go see AA live. He made one mistake, and everybody in Kansas City was dragging this guy. It was one mistake where it was a mix-up route.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be on Hardman instead of having, I think it was Levine.
That's the deep ball. With the deep ball. Yeah, I remember.
Touchdown or whatever. And I mean, that was one mistake. And next thing you know, he's in Harv's doghouse. I'm like, come on.
I don't think he was even in the doghouse. It's just the fact that that's a communication issue. And then at the time, remember, Marlon didn't play in that game, correct?
I think we had some injuries. I don't know if Marlon was one of those.
I don't think he played in that game. I think it was, or that was before we got Peterson.
Yeah, it was before we got Peterson. That was when we recognized that we needed another corner.
Right. Yeah, that was before we got Peterson, and he still wasn't. I don't think he wasn't even starting at that time though. It was, who was starting? We had Marlon, and it was Jimmy. Jimmy was supposed to play. He didn't play.
Yeah, and anytime Jimmy gets hurt, it really takes a huge.
In the Miami game, remember Earl and Peanut? They hit him on his knee trying to make a tackle. So he had a sprained MCL, so he was out.
Okay.
So Anthony wasn't, he was the backup then. Does he deserve starter money? He deserves to try to get starter money sometime.
Oh yeah. I think let him go out there and go get a shot.
Yeah, he did a decent job. I think he did a solid job this year. I'm sure he can get better, but that's only with reps. That's the only way you're going to get better. But he did a decent job. I still think that I'm sure we're going to draft the corner. I just don't. If Sauce Gardner is there, we take him. I mean, I know we ain't getting into that right now, but if Sauce Gardner is there, we take him.
Well, sure. I hope. That's something for me. I feel like I'm hoping the Ravens formula goes back to the Ozzie Newsome theory of let's plug the holes. Free agency. We have some quality pickups that we need to pick up, so that way when it comes to the draft, they can draft best player available, and hopefully Sauce will be there as that best player available to pick up.
Right. I mean, I from what they're saying, some like we discussed this before. Some people are saying the corner from LSU may slide.
Yeah.
Again, I saw Bucky Brooks had Kyle Hamilton slide to the Eagles, and he ain't getting past us.
Look who showed up.
Ain't gonna
Look who showed up. B-Reg.
happen.
Good, man. Hey, you missed the raffle, man. You
Mr.
missed the raffle. You know what? I gotta show you. Your name was in it though. You was in it.
What you mean win?
Yeah, we had
Your name was there, but no.
Yeah, your name was in it, man. You just didn't win, but give it up to Daryl Turner, but like I said, I wanted to just show y'all a lot of love and for just hanging around, sticking with us and getting us to that 1,000. So appreciate it. Robert has a pretty good comment here. He said, I think it's possible that Lamar has changed the tradition of the Ravens. Traditionally, they've always been a defensive team, and I think that's changing. I think Harbaugh has those. He has those years. He has those years when he changed it into a more of an offensive team, and he did that when I want to say Joe Flacco got like 4,000 yards in one season, and it didn't look like the same Ravens that we were normally looking at. And here we are again with Lamar. If he hadn't got injured, he was on pace for 4,000 some yards, and still actually he was going on pace to get over above 1,000 rushing yards. So it's an offensive team, and he's even mentioned that he wants to do things like quick score drives. He said he prefers those over the longer drives. But I honestly, for me, outside of this year, 37 minutes time possession gets you the win on the ball game. This year, it wasn't that because the defense just couldn't hold it down. It was like we could spend all day getting all the way down the field, and then the defense would give up a quick strike.
Yeah, I think that I agree with both of you, but I think I don't know, obviously, but I think in my head that we were so comfortable with the fact that the tradition on our defense was so strong. Like, we thought, I'll be honest with you, our defense was tight until we lost CJ. Once we lost CJ Mosley, you lose that quarterback in the middle. I love Chuck, but he's not, you need a middle linebacker that can hold that.
You can see the difference between Chuck when he's allowed to play and not have to think about where everybody else is on the field. That Rams game really showed him just playing, having fun.
Bro, our 2018 defense, and even like for a short period of time, but that 2018 defense was phenomenal. You couldn't run the ball, you couldn't pass the ball. I swear to you, if Marty Morningway would just allow, and he said it himself. I heard him on the radio say, he said, "It's not. I never thought that Lamar couldn't throw the ball. I just was trying to play with the game plan."
Yeah.
But once he threw the ball, I was like, "Gosh, I should have just let him throw it." Like he said it himself, like he should have let him throw the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough loss in the playoffs against the Chargers.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
But look at the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He looked good.
And then people say, it's empty calories because they feel like, okay, they feel like you're not trying to lay off in the playoffs. Don't tell me it's empty calories in the playoffs.
You play to the zeros, man. You play to the zeros.
It ain't over till it's over in the playoffs, boys.
Yeah, it's all right.
Comebacks. So don't I say that. Don't give me that like, oh, they were playing prevent. Like Stephen A. tried to say, that's when he started getting the passes off. No. They should have let him throw the ball from the beginning because everything else was it was easy. It was too predictable. And, if you're not used to that level, especially we had rookies. Orlando Brown was a rookie that year.
Yeah. You
having them play against vets that's like they just on a different tier. It's a different, like they trying to get it now. They know what it's about. You got it. And he even said like he wasn't prepared. He said that it was just a different type of energy going into that, and they should have prepared them more for that. So, but going back to that defense, when CJ was here that last year, we couldn't pay him. I mean, you getting $17 million, like that's like out of the stratosphere for like an inside linebacker. He reset the whole bar.
It's something crazy here. So the bougie boogie down. Sorry. Please don't draft a defensive player in the first round. You like the star of the show tonight. These cap, just like I say, you just got to wear it. Yeah, just here you go.
Why? No. Tell me why. Tell me why. Give me a reason.
Tell us why, man.
Give me a reason why, bud. Give me a reason.
I had to wait like 8 seconds to get the response from the guy, but
no, because you can't say please don't, and this star defensive player is coming out. Heck, the whole Georgia defense is a first round draft pick.
Right. This is the best comment he made of the night so far. Here we go. O-line in the first round. I can get on board with that.
Yes, but what if we don't? What if we don't go O-line first round?
Now, if we go defensive back, if we go outside linebacker, or
we go on the front or the defensive line. Yeah. You just can't. We got so many holes on the defense. You just can't ignore the fact of that and just say, okay, O-line. I'm not saying that, he's not right that we could, but the best O-linemen, the best three tackles are going to be gone. They're not going to make it past the top 10. They're just too good. The guy from North Carolina State that we talked about, the guy from Alabama, an old boy from Mississippi State, and probably old boy from Texas A&M, and even the dude Chad Penny, the dude from Northern Iowa, from the one that everybody keeps saying that we're probably going to draft. He might not be there.
Yeah.
So honestly, like there's still some depth. There's some depth as far as like getting a good grade, a good lineman in the second or third round. I think we need to go within the first 3 rounds to get a defensive offensive tackle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that we have to stress and try to do it firsthand. I think that we look. I mean, what's my man? Is the tackle from the Giants that was at New England? What's his name? Play left tackle. They gave him all that money.
Not Brown. I think it was I can't remember.
I want to say Slater, but that's not his name. There's gonna be a few pieces that's out there in free agency. I think if that's what you want to do, you can go young. I think we still have a lot of young pieces but we need some backups. We need a backup. You should try to get a backup left tackle, a true backup left tackle, not one that you draft and you got to develop him. You need to get a backup left tackle, and then we need to try to draft a tackle that we can develop.
He's right. He's I think Daryl's here. Hey, Nate Turner is the name. Nate Soldiers. Nate Soldiers. So I'm thinking I'm got to mix his name up.
Daryl, Nate Turner, and Daryl Soldiers.
Daryl Soldiers. Yeah. I'm getting my Stephen A. on right now.
I think we need a backup left tackle just in case Ronnie's not there. And then
Daryl, I don't know if you know, but you won, buddy. You won. You probably don't even know what you came in late. You came in late, but you came either way. And like I said, I appreciate your loyalty. Daryl, you won. Congratulations. Hey, make sure you send me your Cash App, and I will send you $50 because you are you're the winner from the raffle because we hit 1,000. And like I said, it was just for those who showed that loyalty, who continue to come through. Y'all give me the 2,000. We'll do another raffle for 50. Might even do it for 100, depending on how I'm feeling or how the checks hit. If I hit Senior Master Sergeant, we might do 100. But anyway, yeah. So congratulations, Daryl. I just want to give you a heads up, and thanks for bringing that comment in. Let's see. Robert Gray came out of nowhere and said Darian Kennard. Does that name ring a bell to you? Because I still got to do some homework, obviously.
Is that's a lineman from Texas A&M, I believe?
I don't have him on my books. I
don't have him in front of me. Should have had him in front of me.
Yep. That'll be next episode. We'll do some more offensive lineman homework, probably some later rounds to see what we can pick up as far as scraps. I still think that Baltimore has a lot of solutions there in place already between the 3 right tackles.
From what I'm getting, Tyree is going to stay inside. Patrick is the swing.
Okay.
Every position. If you're going to do anything, is you're going to get a rookie that can hopefully do what he does. The guy I was telling you about from Boston College, the one that played center in the Senior Bowl, I got to look his name up as well. But he was a guard. He also played right and left tackle, and he's solid.
Here's a comment from Big Reg here. He talking about top tackle is going to be gone before we.
Thank you, Big Reg. Appreciate you. Go ahead. Sorry.
The center. So that's the center that would be available. Would be that Tyler Lindenbaum.
Do you want to spend a first round? This is the question of the day. Think about this for a minute. I understand. I'm sure he's probably one of the best. I would give that B grade if we did do it. But do you want to spend your first? We in the top 14. You still have the opportunity to get something great within that 14. Within the 15 range. If we don't trade back, so to steal a line from Engraving, get quality, not quantity, because we already have 9 picks within the first four rounds. So we don't need more picks because we're not going to keep all of them.
Yeah, it's time to trade down and get some of those. So I say, ball up like 2/4 and then see if you can get an extra third there.
Right. The thing is, what I'm saying is that I've never seen us. I mean, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen us actually trade forward and try to trade up and get somebody. I know we were going to try to get it. We were going to try to do that for Ramsey, but we wound up getting Ronnie Stanley. But that was like the only year that through the Harbaugh era that we actually were in the top 10. In drafting. I think maybe other than that, maybe when we were getting Flacco. But traded out.
That was kind of weird. Yeah, they traded out to trade back down. It was
traded back
weird dance
because we couldn't. Who else? What's the name? It was only him and Matt Ryan that were like the top 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and him coming from Delaware, that's a bit too rich.
I think we tried to trade up to get Leftwich once upon a time, but that deal didn't go through. Chicago basically didn't. Right. I guess both parties has to call in and say, "Hey, we agreed to this trade."
Right.
Chicago didn't call, and so then the Jacksonville Jaguars ended up getting them.
And then we got to also remember, the closer we get to 10, I mean, to get to 1, the money changes. So we had a sweet spot right now at 14. I really feel like you in the middle, you can grab something. I don't care if it's a D tackle, somebody that can make a difference. Don't get me wrong. I'm not neglecting neglecting the offensive line at all. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that we don't need to do that first round unless it's in the top 10.
Yeah, as long as they stay away from
it makes no sense to do it.
Yeah, as long as they stay away from wide receiver, tight end.
Thank you.
Quarterback.
Right. Yep.
I'm a punter, kicker. Yeah. I'm pretty much happy if they pick anything outside of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I just really, like I said, I'm big on right now. We can score points once we get everything figured out. I don't know. This might just be an anomaly because we had so many injuries on offense. We got to get back to what made it so amazing, what made it so dominant in 2019, and even a little bit of the time soon as Lamar took over, and that defense was so dominant in 2018 was turnovers. We were stopping the run. And if you was trying to pass, you may get the ball, you may catch the ball, but somebody was punching it out. Peanut was punching it out.
Well, I had 8 was it 8 punch outs? Like, wow.
2019 he had 8. That made him an All-Pro. But not even before that year, that 2018 season, when Lamar was a rookie, Peanut was there. Tavon had two fumbles for a touchdown. Like, we got to get back to scoring points on defense. We got to get back to us, bro. We not us. We are a defensive-minded team. We are always going to be.
Yeah, so you're saying out of Kentucky.
Okay. Is he worth the first? Is he a first-round grade? You think he's a first-round grade?
See that? I don't think I saw that.
I'm asking Rob because I don't.
I'll say Rob got to get that one.
So I don't know. I don't know if he's a first-round grade or not.
So here's another question
in the second round because they haven't talked too much about it.
Yeah. Okay. Boogie Cap has a question.
Yeah, we're gonna change your head to the Boogie Cap, boy.
Boogie Cap, but he has a decent question this time. How much of a difference do you think Gus and Dobbins would have made this year? So I think a very significant difference. I think with either one of them, we're a playoff team. We are straight up and down a playoff team because people would have feared the run and they wouldn't have teed off on Lamar like that the way that they did. They wouldn't have dared him to run because of the fact that they would have been waiting. They would have had to actually go down the line versus trying to hit Lamar every time because Gus and Dobbins would have been full on threats because Gus, once Gus Bus gets going, he gets that momentum, he gone. Dobbins the same thing. He's going to cut one cut and he's gone. Y'all got to look at it like, hey, the talent level of our running back core this year was absolute trash. And the one guy who could have actually been helpful was hiding in John Harbaugh's basement. So it's like, okay, you have to look at it like that. The talent was not there until week 17. let's put it like that. Freeman did okay.
Yeah, he did. I mean, we picked up two backs that nobody wanted to play in the backfield, and then you had an undrafted free agent that, I mean, it's hard to find somebody like Gus. Gus is a different breed. So, that's undrafted, and truly, he probably would have got drafted if he would have got his opportunity, and stayed in Miami. Him going to Rutgers, he probably had a better chance to start. But
and he right about this here. Like, hey, look, if you with the cover zero, the thing about that cover zero is every time you run an HB toss, you getting heck of yards. See that stuff, because if Gus got not Gus, if Dobbins got that toss to the outside, it'd have been on. Yeah. If they had just did it to Freeman a couple of more times, they did it in the Miami game. They did it earlier. They just didn't stick with it.
We couldn't run the read option to the read as far as with the sweeps, unless we were just doing it with Duvernay. But that was just like it didn't. You can only do but so much, because it was almost obvious with Duvernay. Like when you had Dobbins in there, we couldn't run those read options to the outside. We had no outside zone plays. None of that. All that was gone because there was no speed. There was no speed. None of that. We couldn't do any of that. Sure. They tried to pull play it. I guess they just said, you know what, we just gonna put a hat on the hat and just go smash mouth. And Tavius was like, that's all I've been waiting on all this time. Just give me the rock. Let me go straight through him.
Yes.
And it worked. And maybe we should have been doing that a lot more.
Sometimes you want to stick to your game plan, but that's where I say Roman needs some grooming, some feedback on. But don't just send the dude up the river because he had one of the top rushing attacks 2 years straight. I feel like, okay, keep what he does good. Also bring him some help. And that's okay. It's okay to actually have a teammate who's there to help you and the rest of the team succeed. And that's what a pass game coordinator does. Let's see here. Oh, Bill Sills, I appreciate you coming through, because you were also in the raffle today. You did not win, but you were in there because you were one of the loyal people to the channel. So thank you so much. There's a lot of y'all that was in there. So big love for that. Big Reg says, I honestly don't think they made that big of a difference because the O-line was so bad.
Some people would say that. It could go either way. It depends on the run scheme. But if you think about it for a minute, Reg. Certain plays that the holes were there, but you have no damn. What's my man's name? Freeman doesn't have that type of burst to get through, and he just started I guess after a while he started feeling himself, and the wiggles was coming, so he was moving. He was very hesitant at certain times, and then he started to get it. Once Latavius got healthy, it was there. Certain things were there. They didn't want us to run the ball. And then remember the times that Lamar when he was up for MVP before he got hurt, before he had a couple of those bad games.
Yeah,
they were not allowing us to run the ball. They were daring Lamar to throw the ball, which is the most disrespectful and stupidest thing you could ever do. But never did it. Still, they didn't want. They was like, "No, you're not running the ball. We can do what we want to do with you." Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you good? So Bill Sills said, just wait until play action is believable with some running backs. They put a fear in the defense. G-Roll will be all right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what we're saying. It's just it's a mulligan year. And I think, people dragging him all over the media and stuff. They don't get me wrong. When they they say anything about the enemy being able to, the possibility, I got a little look at peeking over the fence like, hey, how you doing?
Now, the question I have for you, since Flores is not, he hasn't been picked up as a coach.
Yeah.
Would he be? How would you feel about him coming in as a assistant defensive coordinator?
Honestly, I feel like if they brought him in, it would show that they had a lack of confidence in McDonald. I think.
Or you don't think he would be a good assistant, to help out? Because remember,
I think he would be a great addition, no doubt. But you just talking about a guy that just got there who is 34 years old, and a guy who he made his money off of being a really good defensive coordinator and got a head job down in Miami and prided himself on making a monster defense, and then coming in and that guy with all of that experience and all of that clout coming in with this young buck,
right?
And he might actually end up telling him a little bit too much. It might be a little bit of a internal power struggle, a pride struggle, whatever like that. I mean, I think it would probably not be a good mix.
I mean, only reason I brought it up is because that 2018 season, going back to that season again, the defensive coordinator for Kansas City. Before that, he was the head coach at the Rams. He was the defensive coordinator for the Giants when they won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Spagnuolo. I couldn't think of his name. He was assistant defensive coordinator. He helped out with the designs of certain blitzes to help win. And it paid off at the end of the day. Only reason I'm saying that, I'm thinking if I'm him, if I'm Mike McDonald, I want his knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm sure it's up to Harbaugh to bring him. You know, if Harbaugh say, "We're gonna bring him in to help you."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it helps. It really helps the NFL save face if they were to bring him in.
That's true. But I'm not even going. I'm not even going to take it over there. But I'm just saying, as far as, because he has a great defensive mind. But for you to learn some more, learn as much as you can from him while he's here. He'll be assistant.
Yeah.
You know, and y'all can come up with different play schemes you can add on to whatever you have. And because, in all honesty, I don't think Mike's gonna be here long, bro.
His leadership's gonna take him into a head coaching spot.
Yeah. If he mess around and just say we get back to the top 5,
mm-hmm.
he's gonna get a call. He's gonna get a call the following year. I'm just trying to have it lined up already.
Yeah.
You know, line them up. Just have somebody that's there, and that's, he's not a threat to you. He's not going to be a threat. And who knows, Flores may be a head coach again the following year.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I saw variations of Brian Flores' defense throughout every, after they stopped Lamar, they took bits and pieces off it. They didn't run exactly what Brian Flores was running, but I like the way Brian Flores ran it. It was such a smart defense, just simply having those guys sit 15 yards back. Right. And just daring them to run mesh and actually succeed at mesh. And I thought that was I would love him to come to Baltimore. Yeah. And if they didn't hire McDonald, I'd be like, yeah, this is the guy for our defense. Yeah. He has that tough, nasty mentality when it comes to the defensive players. And I mean, people want to play for him. They want to win for him. And I think the second that organization said, hey, we need you to lose games, he took it as a point of pride. Probably went into the locker room and said, hey, you know what? They want us to lose out. They want us to lose. And they stepped up for that guy. They stepped up for him big time. And I just it was sad how it ended. I'm rooting for him to still be able to get a job, even in the midst of the lawsuit. I feel like, hopefully he's able to get a DC job somewhere. That'd be cool to see him go down to Houston or something like that. That'd be great.
I don't think he's gonna get hired as a DC. I think most of the locations, I think most of the teams have gotten their own DC, either whether it's been eternal or they moving somebody up like in New Orleans, or they're doing they got Wink, like the Giants got Wink.
Yeah.
But I think that on the political side of things, if we did decide to do that, like I said before, last time we were on, we have always prided ourselves on being the first in a lot of things. First black GM that was like, we got a Hall of Fame GM that's black. Ozzy. 2 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So we've always been the first to do something. And Hobbs has never been afraid to take a chance with somebody. He's not a bad person. He didn't do a bad thing. He trying to stand up for what's right. So why not, whether it went the way it's supposed to or not, and his gripe with the NFL is the policy. So now, with everything that's coming in, that may help him out. And if he doesn't get another opportunity,
yeah,
it's sad. But I'm sure, especially in the collegiate ranks, I'm sure somebody gonna call him.
Yeah, and I think one thing I appreciate is Goodell getting in front of this for once.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this right here was It was approached the right way. Hey, he was frustrated. He voiced his frustration and he took it to the courts and did his thing. And then Goodell came back around and said, you know what, owners, we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job of the hiring process based on the history. He brought the facts to the table and said, hey, this is dead wrong. And
Right.
I think that is beautiful. Because initially, you know, like with some issues that he's handled in the past, I don't think he's handled it head on. He waited until the media reacted before he took an action. Like Ray Rice's thing. You know, he was, you know, it was swept underneath the table,
right,
until TMZ revealed the video, and then they forced his hand. He had no choice, and I think he's been reactive on a lot of decisions like that. And this time, he finally got in front of it and said, "I support this action."
Right. I just hope, you know, I'm praying for the brother. Maybe he get a chance someplace, and I honestly would think that like again, if I was Mike McDaniels, I think that especially this being my first year being a, you know, professional in the pro leagues as far as a professional defensive coordinator, not collegiate. I know he only did 1 year.
Yeah.
But this would be a great opportunity for me to learn, for me to be under somebody that, or not be under them, but have somebody that can assist me along the way. So I'm like, okay, I don't need you anymore. You understand?
Who did McDaniels hire in Los Angeles for a defense coordinator?
I believe it's somebody from the New England tree. I'm not sure yet. I think I don't know. I had to look that up. I don't know.
Because I feel like, you know, they worked together before. I see like it'd be a good opportunity for them to work together again. Maybe in the same capacity of thoughts that you were thinking of him coming in as maybe a defensive consultant or defensive, maybe a linebacker coach or something along those lines, and then having him maybe take over, you know, mid-season if things aren't working, and him bring those concepts to the table. I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So let's see. Looking up the coaching staff here.
You don't want. I just think in some places they don't want to see him as a coordinator because that's a threat. Like almost like Dan Quinn is a threat to Mike McCarthy. You know what I mean? Like you mess up, we gonna replace you.
Well, he's got a defensive backs coach, a linebackers coach, an assistant D line. I don't see a defensive coordinator yet for McDaniels. Might be a good fit. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's a couple people here. Oh, okay. They talking Super Bowl talk. They own it. I knew we was gonna get to it eventually. So let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. They got some drama just before we get there.
Oh no.
Boogie Cap is apparently going at Wilbert.
Oh, here you go.
All right. So see, Wilbert says 20 people watching the stream, the same amount of missed passes thrown by Lamar per game. You salty. You mad, dog. You know
Will be
he'll be throwing shots. You just down just ta. Of course, you know what I'm saying. But Boogie Cat came back at him.
Hey, Wilbur, you still a Cleveland fan? count them miss passes by Baker.
Every single off season, this man go through, and I mean he ready. Cause he's like, all right, Cleveland got it. You know, we won the off season. We won the draft.
The hate is real, boy. The hate is real.
But they had
Cleveland actually won.
And they at Cleveland, they go through and they get these personnel. They got amazing looking rosters.
No,
and they just get. I don't know what it is during the regular season because they win the offseason. It's clear.
Talking about Pittsburgh, that Louis Riddick is interviewing for the GM job. I hope he don't go there. Lord knows I don't hope he go there, man.
It's like they got football knowledge and stuff, but at the same time, like they're like people. I don't get that. Like media personnel moving over.
Oh no! You gotta know his history. Louis Riddick was with the Eagles when they were dominant with McNabb. He was over there. He was the GM over there.
But he was GM with them. Okay.
Yes, this not his first game. This not the first rodeo.
I was about to say, I'm like, you know what?
No.
MJ. I mean, MJ, you know, may have played the game. You know what I mean? But then he's like,
he was riding for a minute, boys. He was the GM over there. He was with the Eagles for a minute.
Okay.
Then he left when Andy left. But Lewis know how to draft him. He know how to draft him. So I don't want him in Pittsburgh. Please,
they fired shots. Doesn't defeat here. Oh my gosh. Lisa said, Wilbur, please give me a break. But no, hold on. I gotta go back and track this here. Y'all got a lot going on. It says only supporting the channel, not the team. Okay. And then Lisa's like, all right, I'm back. Who's pulling for Matt Stafford? Okay, so that's where we at. We at Super Bowl talk. I think the rest of them are just firing shots off.
I'm pulling for him. I would like to see him get one.
Yeah.
Solidify his career, man. He needed. He definitely doesn't get the respect he deserves. And he's built for this. Like they talk about, Joe. I know that's your boy, Burrow, but he's not the reason, to be honest with you, if you really think about it, he's not the reason why they got into the playoffs. Nobody's talking, not to the players. They got this far in the playoffs. That defense showed up. They made things happen. I'm not saying he didn't make some key throws because he did, but that defense showed up because their offense was struggling.
You get 9 sacks in one game, you got to have the team step up around you.
But you got 3 picks. Somebody gonna look. Both of them making errors. The line, Cincinnati offensive line, and Tennessee quarterback. Somebody going.
I think one of those games. I was just like, no, neither one of them want to win this game.
Yeah, I'm like a touchdown on each. All these field goals. Come on, somebody. Like it shouldn't have been that type of a game. But
yeah,
Tannehill did what Tannehill does. He was another one. And it's not. Again, I'm not taking a shot at Burrow. I'm just saying, I think. And they have a lot of people already have Burrow ranked ahead of Matthew Stafford in as far as the playoffs has happened in this game. Matthew Stafford has been on fire. He has really been on fire.
Absolutely. You look at it like if that line for Cincy is allowing the amount of sacks that they allowed before, and all of a sudden you got Von Miller and Aaron Donald coming through just to say hi, they're gonna bless him.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna bless him a few times.
I don't want to. He on a different type of path right now. And it reminds me of that Denver team a little bit, just a little bit, as far as when they played defense is the truth.
We can't call them buggers no more, man.
I'm not agreeing with all that. I'm not even agreeing with all that. I'm sorry. Their front four is decent. They're decent. The defense is decent, but Tannehill he could have handed the doggone picks to him. All 3 of them. You're just here. I don't want to
take this. It's 2 rounds for me.
Yeah. He was giving out the church's money.
Yeah.
It's here. We're gonna actually play it again. Okay, here. He was just giving the money. And then Kansas City, I don't know what. I don't even know. Somebody felt like somebody went into halftime and somebody slipped the Mickey and and Patrick Mahomes drink and he just.
I'm like, why is you spinning in circles? Like you over here doing the wash machine in the backfield.
I'm like, what are you doing, son?
Spinning all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is you doing, man?
I've never seen him play that bad.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I was like, dude, and then, I went, of course, I went and watched all 22 shows. Like I said, y'all see all 22. The all 22, he's the best Ravens breakdown dude out there. Sip the Tally and them, I think they're good buddies and stuff. So subscribe to all 22. He's trying to get his channel back up again. He's got about 700 some subscribers right now. He has 6,000, but he caught some copyright strikes because he was trying to do something for y'all as far as college tape. And of course, we didn't recognize that it was copyright protected tape, caught those strikes. Help that man build his channel back up because he is actually breaking things down for you that you normally don't see. But he went to the tape and he saw the Pat Mahomes spin cycle stuff. And when Pat was doing all this spinning, Kelsey's wide open in the end zone.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what is going on? I don't know if Vegas has something to do with this, but it felt very Vegas-ish. As far as a little scratch to get the Bengals there or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked bad. It just didn't make any sense. And then again, the only thing I had a problem with is just to talk afterwards. My thing is what I love about Lamar, he's a humble winner, just like he is, when I lose, I'm taking it the same way. I may take it worse. Yeah. But when I win, I'm I'm a humble winner. I respect everybody. It's one game I won, and I keep going. And I still only time I seen even when we beat Tennessee, that's the only time I seen him like come out of character. But he really didn't. Yeah, he really didn't even then. It was just like, look, man, you're not going to, that's somebody that's going to ride or die with you.
Look, G-Hawk had me laughing on that. This dude flipped everybody off on his way out the stadium.
Who did?
G-Hawk Ward. He was like, read between the lines, right?
But it's like you gonna ride or die with your coach, and that's how you do it. Like you want somebody that's gonna have your back. So I appreciate him for that. But like I just be humble, man. Just it should be good. Let's get to this homework, brother. Let's get the next position.
I didn't even you did homework. I didn't even do no homework tonight.
Next position. We got to talk about. We talked about the corners. We talked about the safeties. Let's get to the D line, man.
D-line? I did not D-line. I think we should probably save that one. What you doing?
We got nothing on the D-line?
I got nothing on the D-line today. I had to do some family stuff today. I didn't even get the D-line today.
I'm gonna tell you a couple of jokers you might want to look at.
All right, let's talk about it. So I think y'all need to write these down as well, because we'll do it all together.
Do it all together as a team. Let's do it together.
Yes, sir. All right, so D-line homework. Make sure I put this down.
You want to do the whole front seven? You want to do linebackers as well, or you just want to do the D-line?
Let's do just all D-line. Consider all defensive tackles, defensive ends.
Okay.
We'll leave outside. Well, actually, no, we need to do outside linebackers and defensive ends just one segment.
Okay, that's fine.
Defensive line as far as let's just go defensive tackles, the hungry boy. Let me give me a power pig.
Okay. Travis Jones, University of Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky, Connecticut. Excuse me.
Okay. UConn. That's cool.
6'4", 326 pounds.
6'4", 326 pounds. Okay.
Go right to Georgia. Just go the whole line. Everyone.
Yeah. Who number 99? That's what I want to know. Number 99 for Georgia.
That's Davis.
That boy, I need him. I need him. You know what? 14 come around. You give me that big old boy right now. Boy, he look like he eat kids for breakfast, man.
Yeah.
Wake up there like, you know what? Just give me one.
Yeah, he's man, huge. Davis.
Oh my goodness. You said what his name? What again? Number 99?
His last name is Davis, I believe. I can't remember his first name. But Devontae Wyatt.
Devontae Wyatt.
Devontae Wyatt.
Oh, Devontae. Okay.
Yeah, Devontae Wyatt and Trayvon Walker, number 44.
Okay. And
Wyatt, I believe, had number 95.
He said after Trayvon Walker, what's the name you said?
Trayvon had number 44.
Okay, number 44.
Wyatt had number what do Wyatt have? Wyatt had 95.
95, Davis 99, and Travis Jones.
And then I'm trying to remember his name. Brother from Oklahoma.
Look at Lisa. She came in. She's like, hold up, guys. Hold up now. She's like, hold on, top priority guy.
Oh, wait a minute. We done went down that road, Lisa. We done went down that road. We're not gonna be able to get a Ronnie Stanley at 14. We're gonna get in the top 10.
You never know. It did like these drafts, they go so many different ways, like different than we think initially.
I believe you. If we do, look, if it's one of the brothers from if Neil slips from Alabama.
Here's what I need. I need a Instagram video of Neil smoking weed. So you drop back a little bit. Put the gas mask.
Try to get him. If it's not him, Oklahoma. I mean, if it's not old boy for North Carolina State or Alabama or Mississippi State, we might as well just go home and wait until the second round because it's everybody after that is pretty much on the same level.
Even the Charles Cross dude, the Mississippi State one?
I believe so. I think that's him.
Because he had some very high offensive grades. I saw high offensive grades against Arkansas, Alabama, Texas A&M, Auburn, LSU, and Tulsa. And then they said he played 25 games in college. Dude said he's got quick feet, good puller, fast edge protector. And they said sometimes he's a little weak, though, as far as his strength against bull rushers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'd like to see something like that in a Ravens uniform. I mean, 6'5", 310. Let's go.
Getting past the Jets. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. Yeah, you go. Look here. It's Charles Cross, Mississippi State. They got this is the Evan Neal, Alabama. Charles Cross, Mississippi State. And I can't pronounce my man from North Carolina State's name.
You talking about I can't McWanu.
Right.
Yeah.
Say it again.
I think it's I can't McWanu.
They all going to the top 10.
All top 10.
All
so
every projection is
Ohio State boy.
They not leaving. They not getting out. They not even getting past 8.
Not even the Ohio State boy.
I think he got injured.
Petit Frere.
He got injured, and he'll be there in the second round. He's another one. The guy from Central Michigan. Remember, I think it was Reg.
Oh yeah,
no, not Reg. It was Ali. And he was saying the white boy. When he should
just give me a white boy from Michigan. Apparently that's
he's talking about Penny.
Is he here tonight? Who said that?
Nah, he's not in there tonight. He's not in here tonight, but he's not even ranked higher than old boy from Central Michigan, who is definitely ranked higher than him. And he hasn't even played the position that long. And he has like a late first round to second round grade on.
Okay.
And this guy is who else is it? There's a few. Some of them the stock went down, some of the stocks went up.
Okay. Maybe I'll do a little bit of O-line homework, and maybe we'll have to show and do D-line.
Yeah, we can do it that way.
Yeah, so maybe that'll be if you got time this weekend. I might have time this weekend.
We can do it. We can do it Saturday. Saturday. I'm done training folks around 12:30, 1 o'clock Eastern time, so I can be home this way. After I'm done, after I get my workout in, I could be home by like 4.
So that might be the time my daughter's at ballet, so that might actually work out. So
we discussing everything right here in front of you.
We get it all in. Right. Yeah, so we're gonna boy
out. We let y'all know this is what y'all got going on. Lisa, what you got going on Saturday?
Yeah, actually, Lisa said anyone from USC is what she's looking at, or anyone from USC that we can take in the draft. I thought there was a hot receiver at USC right now.
He's gonna be going to the top 10. They predicted.
Top 10, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, she's saying USC is a college team in football.
Oh, got you.
She must be one of Reggie Bushes or something, you know. Well, Reggie took that team to a whole new level when he was there, and I just could not believe that they didn't get that man his Heisman back. I just
look up Central Michigan Benhard Raymond.
Is this offensive line or D line?
Offensive lineman, offensive tackle.
You said Benhard. What's the name?
Benhard Raymond.
Spell that.
RAMA man. NN with a 2 N. With a 2
RAMAAN.
No, 1 A, 2 N.
Oh, okay. Raymond.
He had a 94 overall grade.
Okay.
Central Michigan.
Here we go. The cap's back. It's back. There you go.
It was more boogie than him. Will was.
There you go. He said Browns are winning the division next season. Nah, bro. There you go.
You're supposed to be confident.
You're confident. Look, you gotta believe in your team. You gotta believe, bro. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
Just like you believed the last 2 years. You know what? And what happened?
Get into the playoffs. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. The most successful thing the Browns did was 40-25, baby.
I'm still trying to figure out how they got the 13th pick and we got the 14th, but I believe that's because we still had an opportunity to get in the playoffs and they were already out.
I think so. I think we're just the bottom of the division, man. It's just bad. And then, of course, we lost the final tiebreaker. So, of course, so we got the 14th and they got the 5th.
They got the 13th pick. They got the pick before us.
Huh. I don't know how that happened.
Because we still had an opportunity to make the playoffs and they didn't. And that's the reason why. That has to be the only reason.
Yeah, like how do you tank all the way to the bottom of the North, but still get the higher? I don't know.
And I think we had probably because our conference record was better than this.
They be coming out the wheel in here, man.
Yeah, he doing some good drugs.
Good stuff. That's the same stuff that other kid was doing.
Yeah, he's doing some good ones. He's doing a few good ones.
Yeah, he's doing the same stuff Boogie was doing. But Boogie Cap. Anyway, we can't hold y'all too much longer tonight, man. We'll do some research. We want to go back and get the O-line and get the D-line. We'll do our homework. We'll talk about some stats, history, injury, drama, you name it. And if y'all see some Cap out there, please let us know. I tell you what, do me a favor. Find Couch Rider Raven on Twitter. And if you see some Cap out there from the Ravens, please paste it in the timeline, tag me in it, and we'll bring it on the show. We'll just call it Cap of the Night or something like along those lines, because we got to debunk all this stuff, because the Greg Roman stuff's got to stop. The Ravens wide receivers sucking all together. The talk about that's got to stop.
Got to stop all the way, Boogie, all the way.
The Lamar contract nonsense that's less than 40-some million, whatever, that stuff needs to be just completely debunked. We need to squash all of these little rumors here. We do it on the show because we will bring that original sports perspective from our couch to yours. I appreciate y'all coming through. It's been a great show. My man Cam is doing his thing. Like I said, the album is coming out in is it less than 10 days yet? Or is it, I think it's on the 22nd or something like that, wasn't it?
22nd. Left Mind. We doing it.
Left Mind. I cannot wait to
grab it. I am Cam Drew 52.
Absolutely. Let me put things back up on there so you can see the tags here. Cam Drew 52.
Just put I am in front, please.
Absolutely.
AM. Some of y'all, you can't spell real good. Lisa, no, I'm sorry. I want you playing Lisa. I want you playing.
Man, so the Ravens slander must stop. You got to tune in.
Yeah.
Anyway, we appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm telling you, go listen to the single. If anything, go listen to the single, because the single will get stuck in your head, man. You be singing "Freak Out." I'm like, it's my jam.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Have a good night. Have a good night, brother. Salute.
For real. Y'all too, man. Y'all take care. Have a good evening. We'll see y'all the next time we pop on.
Yes, sir.
For more. See ya.
Peace.